Everyone, I'm Katie from the blog heartscontentfarmhouse.com, and today I want to show you the right way to make key lime pie from scratch. So key lime pie is one of my favorite things to make because I love it. It's my favorite dessert, and also because it is so inexpensive to make and so expensive to buy fully made. The main ingredient that's super important for this recipe is key lime juice. If I have one piece of wisdom to share with the world, it is that key lime juice must be used for key lime pie. You cannot use regular limes from the grocery store, but that doesn't mean you need to go hunting for fresh key limes. All you need is this bottled key lime juice. There's a couple different brands of it. The most common is called Nellie and Joe's, and you can find it at the grocery store. It's in the cocktail section with the like little cherry syrup and those type of things that you find. It's called Key West lime juice. The whole bottle is about $2.50, and it's going to make probably 7 pies. You can also use it for key lime martinis, key lime pound cake, anything key lime flavored, which can be kept at room temperature until you open it, making key lime pie a complete pantry meal. The only other, well, I wouldn't call it a meal, a complete pantry dessert. The thing you'll notice when you make this key lime pie is that since this juice is a yellowish color, your key lime pie is not going to be green. That's totally fine. In fact, that is correct. Key lime pie is not supposed to be green because it is made with key lime juice, which is not green. If you want to, you can add food coloring. Sometimes I do this because when I use our eggs, the yolks are super orange and the pie actually looks not even yellow but orange, and that's weird. So I do put green food coloring in it, but it's totally optional. When you mix it up, the filling itself will be yellow. Components to this recipe: the first is the graham cracker crust, which just takes a couple minutes. The second is the key lime filling, also takes a couple minutes. The third is the meringue topping, also very quick. The only thing is that in between these steps, we need to have a lot of time while things cool and chill. So it is best to make this the day before you intend to serve it. So let's go ahead and get started. We will get all our ingredients prepped, and I'll show you how easy it is.
So you start just by simply crushing your graham crackers in your food processor. Sometimes you'll get some that won't get crushed and you'll need to break them up by hand. Then add your 1/3 cup of sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 6 tablespoons of melted butter. It's going to look just like a crumbly sort of combination, but once you press it and bake it, it will become more of a solid crust. So go ahead and press this into your pie plate. Make sure you press firmly so that all those corners are filled in. And this is then going to bake at 350 for 7 minutes. Don't over bake this or it's going to be way too hard to cut a slice of pie. It's going to be super hard. It's not going to look browned or any different when it comes out of the oven. Just trust that it is done and let it cool. Now we're going to make our filling. So we're going to do 1/2 cup of key lime juice. You can see the color there. A whole can of sweetened condensed milk, any brand is fine. 3 egg yolks. Make sure you save the whites in a separate bowl. 2 tablespoons of sour cream. And if you have a lime that you're going to be using for garnish, go ahead and zest that lime, any type of lime, and add the zest in here. If you don't have one, no big deal. It doesn't make that much of a difference. So make sure you blend this really, really well by hand. Don't use the mixer. It's going to overbeat the eggs. By hand with a whisk, and every little bit of egg needs to be fully incorporated. This one doesn't look overly yellow or orange to me, so I'm not going to add any food coloring. I'm just going to do this as is. But if yours looks orange, you can go ahead and add just a tiny drop of green food coloring to counteract that. Now we have our egg whites in a separate bowl, our filling in a bowl. I'm just going to loosely cover it, pop everything in the fridge for about 2 hours to chill. So once that is done, I'm going to come back and assemble everything. You'll see how your filling has really firmed up in the fridge. So pour that into your graham cracker pie shell and smooth that out. And then we're going to make our meringue topping. The general rule of meringue is for every egg white, you want 2 tablespoons of plain white sugar, and then you can just add a pinch of cornstarch. That's going to help stabilize everything. So you put everything in before you beat it, and then just with a really simple hand mixer, go ahead and whip this up. If you want to pipe a topping, the meringue topping on top of your pie, add an extra egg white and an extra 2 tablespoons of sugar. But if you're just spreading it out like this, you're going to have enough. Now we bake it at 350 degrees for about 15 minutes. You want the tops of the meringue to be just lightly browned. Before you serve this, you chill it for 12 to 24 hours. And that's it. I hope you enjoy it.